Thank you very much, Chancellor Merz. We have only a few minutes for just a couple of questions, and I will use my role here to throw the first question at you. I'd like to ask a question about our relationship with Russia. The discussions which are currently being conducted with Russia about the future of Ukraine are being conducted essentially exclusively by our American friends. Your colleague Emmanuel Macron has recently expressed himself in favor of a direct European channel of communications with the Kremlin. You have expressed, if I can put it that way, doubts about the usefulness of that. But isn't it, when we think and we talk about European sovereignty, isn't it something that we should somehow try to manage better and not leave this only to our American friends? Give us your views.
Wolfgang, many thanks for this important question. And this is a question we ask ourselves almost every week and every month. My first remark is that we are closely linked to those who are talking with the Russian side, be it the United States of America or be it Ukraine itself. We are well coordinated, and there is nothing which is not negotiated, at least talked about with both sides before. My second remark is the following. There was somebody from the European Union, a prime minister, who traveled to Moscow on his own. This is almost 2 years ago. He had no mandate. He went there. He achieved nothing. And the week after, we saw the heaviest attacks on civil infrastructure, on private homes, on hospitals we had ever seen until this time. So if it makes sense to talk, we are willing to talk. But as you can see with the American side, Russia is not yet willing to talk seriously. And my personal guess is, this is my personal view, that this war will only end when Russia is at least economically, potentially militarily exhausted. We are approaching this time, but we are approaching this time. And I said that in my speech, that we did a lot to achieve that, but we are not yet there. Russia has to give up this terrible war against Ukraine. And we have to do everything what is needed to bring them to the point where they see no further advantages for them to continue this terrible war. We are not yet there, but look, this war is now lasting longer than the Second World War. It's terrible. Russia has it in its hand to stop it. But we have it in our hand, and this is America and Europe and Ukraine together, to bring them to this point, to stop it. And we have to do everything what is possible in our hands to do that. Militarily, economically, politically, diplomatically, whatever. And if it makes sense to talk, we are ready to talk. But they have to concede that they are really willing to talk about a ceasefire and then about a peace plan.
Thank you. We have time for one or two questions from the audience. Who will pose the first question? Please, where's the microphone? Microphone. Gentleman in the second row. Please be kind enough to identify yourself.
Yes, well, thank you very much. I'm the President of Montenegro. Dear Chancellor, I do want to ask you, what do you think, what is in your opinion the baseline scenario about the dynamics of the EU accession? You know that Montenegro is one of 10 candidate countries that are currently interested to join the club? And do you believe that also the enlargement of the Union is another part of making Europe more competitive on the world stage? Thank you very much.
Definitely, the answer is yes. And Ursula von der Leyen and myself, we are completely agreeing on that. We have promised the accession to become member of the European Union to many countries, especially in your region. And we had our meeting in December with the West Balkan states and the European Council in Brussels. And frankly, I'm feeling more and more uncomfortable with our approach to your countries. We have to reopen a new strategy, how to bring these countries closer to the European Union. I don't want to lose you. You are part of the European continent, and therefore you are potentially part of the European Union. And I know that this is a consensus. There is an elephant in the room. Everybody knows that here in this room, who is against it. But we have to overcome that. This is, until now, it's unanimous vote in the European Council to open the next chapter. But we have to overcome that. And the latest after the elections, which will take in April, hopefully we will be able to open the next chapters and to bring you closer and closer to the European Union at the very end as members.
Chancellor Merz, thank you so much. I think you succeeded in setting the tone for the 62nd Munich Security Conference. Thank you very much. Let's give him a round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. The program will continue momentarily. Ladies and gentlemen, please